the safety reasons. Behind me is Mr. Green. That's our exit door. We have 3 ahead of me, 2 on the left, and then 1 ahead of me, in case there's any fire, which I believe and I trust there won't be any. We have our assembly point at Fig Marsh, close to Gorringe Park Avenue. That's our assembly point. And as we all know, COVID is still around. In case anyone is unwell, we have practitioners here and professionals here at the health sector that when you tell them, we are there to support you and give you the care that you be needed. To begin with, on our seat for today is our dear brother, Samuel Aqua. He will be taking us through today's meditation for us to warm our souls. Right after that, we have our dear sister, the wife to Mr. Brother Aqua, Kathy Araba Asopia Aqua. She'll be taking us to do the vision call for us. And then after that, we give the teacher for the day. God bless you.
God bless you. God bless you.
God bless you.
Bless you.
Before we get into our meditation, shall we please sing from our Christ Age hymnal number 322. Great is your faithfulness. Great is your faithfulness.
Great is your faithfulness, O God, my Father. 2.
Great is your faithfulness, O God, my Father. With you no shadow of turning is seen. You never change, your compassions are constant. Still you are true as you ever have been. Great is your faithfulness. Great is your faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, your hands have provided. Great is your faithfulness always to me. Summer and winter, springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above. Join with all nature in manifold witness to your great faithfulness, mercy, and love. Great is your faithfulness. Great is your faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, your hands have provided. Great is your faithfulness always to me. Oh, for the everyone, peace never ending. Your own dear presence to cheer and to guide. Strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. Blessings on man with 10,000 beside. Great is your faithfulness. Great is your faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, your hands has provided. Great is your faithfulness always to me.
Shall we have our seats, please? Today, our meditation practice is cosmic divine imperative. We are in that season where we are connecting once again to what is here as our lives. I call it home sweet home. In fact, when we say home sweet home, it is not your country of birth. To the gentleman, it is not just you going back to a woman of which you just emerged of. No. Home sweet home means you are connecting to that source, that infinite source that is here as your life. When you connect to that source, that is where home is. And that is what we say, home sweet home. So with cosmic divine imperative, we rise to that awareness that we did not bring ourselves here on earth. In fact, we cannot afford not to be here. And truly, there comes a time we will be exiting from this place. Whatever is here as our lives is therefore cosmic divine imperative. So, your legs not too far apart, your hands gently on your laps. With your next deep in-breath, gently allow your eyes to close. For a brief moment, feel every sensation in your glorious physical body. Feel your heart beating. Feel the air at the tip of your nostrils. Feel the warmth in your body. Spend some time and experience this awesome creation that you are. Beautiful. Now let's begin. You came from your parents. Your parents came from their parents. They also came from their parents. And the list continues. Synchronize your breath with your in-breath. Let it take you to wherever your soul tells you this is where life began. Allow Spirit to reveal this to you. And with your in-breath, connect to that source. And for you to be here, the air was here before you. For you to be here, Mother Earth was also here before you. For you to be here, the fires came before you. And for you to be here, the waters also came for you. Everything in this life came because of you. you are truly supported by the entire universe. Feel how important life deems it fit to bring you here, preparing all that you will ever need, even before you needed it. Now, come to that awareness, the truth that you did not bring yourself here on Mother Earth. Yes, you are a representative of life. You are a unit of the cosmos. And you are here on the authority of the entire universe. And come to that awareness also. There is no other place that you should be at this present moment apart from Mother Earth. And as such, you cannot afford not to be here. And yes, come to that awareness as well that one day, you will have to exit from this place. You of yourself can do nothing. The entire cosmos brought itself just as you. Therefore, whatever is here as you is cosmic divine imperative. Come to this awareness. Come to this truth and begin to feel, taste, hear the sound of this awesome you that you are. Whatever is here as you is cosmic, divine, imperative. Now, knowing that whatever is here as you is cosmic, divine, imperative, and the divine imperative acts as your life, bring to mind some of the attributes of this divine imperative that we have all emerged from. This cosmic divine imperative that is here as our lives is very loving. The sun, of which we emerge of as well, shines on every soul irrespective of their race, their creed, or culture here on earth. Of whatever race, creed, or culture that we belong to, we all eat from the same bowl, Mother Earth. It is the same water that quenches our thirst. And although we may have different sizes and shapes of noses, it is the same air that is breathing us. And as they say, the apple does not fall far from the tree. So as an emergence of this cosmos, you also have the attribute, the virtues of the cosmos. Let your in-breath connect you to whatever attribute that your soul deems fit to grow in this very moment. Be it love, be it your counseling spirit, be it creative ideas, be it the healing power of this cosmos. Let your in-breath connect to this source, and with your out-breath, breathe into your life the virtues, the attributes of this cosmic divine imperative that is here as you. Please allow this to happen. When you surrender fully to the power that operates itself as you, when you lose yourself to the attributes of this power, feel how you evolve in your social life. Feel how you celebrate diversity. Feel how you evolve in your physical life. Feel all cells, tissues, and organs of your body awakening to the divine images impressed upon them from the beginning. With your in-breath, connect to the field of healing, and with your out-breath, pour it onto yourself. Feel how your psychological life is evolving. Enjoy the beauty of your thoughts, the thoughts that are welcoming, the loving thoughts that promotes life. Yes, feel your total oneness with this power that is here as your life. And enjoy the multiplicity energy of life that grows and becomes more to support itself in all of itself. Yes, we did not bring ourselves here on earth. There is a power, an invisible hand that brought itself here as our lives. We surrender this very moment to this power. We surrender our entire being to this divine imperative that is here as our lives. So mentally affirm to yourself, I did not bring myself here on earth, and I cannot afford not to be here. I cannot resist exiting from here. Therefore, whatever is here as me is cosmic divine imperative. And if whatever is here as you is cosmic divine imperative, mentally affirm to yourself, I am cosmic divine imperative. And experience, feel the imperative that is happening to fulfill itself come to its full expression as your life. For whatever you would need, life is already provided. Connect to the source and experience what is already there as your life. We get ready to bring this session to an end. It is certainly a beautiful feeling, a lovely feeling, knowing the cosmos is here as our lives. And we know when we fully surrender to this power, greater works manifest as our lives. We simply express the cosmic divine imperative that we are. Begin to bring your awareness back to your physical body temple. Feel you right again in your physical body temple. Feeling every sensation in your glorious body temple once again. Gently turn your head to the right and do likewise by turning it to the left as well. Feel your feet firmly on the ground. And with your next deep in breath, holding it for a second and gently affirming it to yourself, I am cosmic divine imperative. And then with your out breath, you gently allow your eyes to open. Shall we do that now? You take a deep in breath, you hold and you mentally affirm, I am cosmic divine imperative. And with your out breath, you gently allow your eyes to open. And from the place where the cosmic divine imperative continuously express itself for its own glory, I bless you.
I bless you.
I bless you.
I bless you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless you. Oh, God bless you.
Bless you.
Please, shall we remind ourselves of our vision call? The Etherean Mission Vision Call is a statement of faith. Its message directly appeals to the soul and empowers it. In it is embodied the Etherean Christ vision, which says, see the good and the divine in yourself and in all of life.
Oh, yes.
Life is a congress working for our highest good and the good of the universe.
Sure.
We are here as conscious and active participants in life's effort to establish the kingdom of God, which embraces all of humanity irrespective of their race, creed, or culture here on earth.
Oh, yes.
We are here as the divine expressions of God,
Mm-hmm.
determined to make this happen
Mm-hmm.
through the practical application of our Christ vision,
Mm-hmm.
which adjusts us to see the good and the divine in
Oh,
ourselves.
yes.
and in
Oh,
all
yes.
of
Oh,
life.
yes.
We declare,
Uh-huh.
knowing it to be true,
Mm-hmm.
that our lives are good.
Oh,
Our
yes.
good is getting better.
Oh, yes.
And
Oh,
our bed
yes.
shines.
Oh, yes.
We are here on earth to do God
Mm-hmm.
and be gods of truth and love. And so we are.
And so we are.
Thank you, our dear brother Samuel Akwa, for taking us through meditation. We are truly, we are here as cosmic divine imperative. And thank you also, our dear sister, for reminding ourselves with our vision call. Now, this is the second part of our program this morning. The teacher for today is our dear sister Triple AD Afua Asantua Ahogadofia. And before she takes up the podium, our vigil minister will be giving us an invitation song which everyone will be singing to welcome the teacher for the day. God bless you.
God bless.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Yes. We get ourselves prepared to experience the awesomeness of God through our teacher this very morning. Shall we sing from our Christ Age hymn now, number 318, to welcome our teacher? Yes. 318. Oh Lord my God, when I am in awesome wonder.
Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder. 2.
Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the works thy hands has made. I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, that pass throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. And when I think that God is love abounding, sent Jesus down his kingdom to announce, that on the cross his message pouring with love, Father forgive the sins against me done. Then sings my soul, my Savior goes to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior goes to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Yes, Christ has come with shout of acclamation to claim me up and higher glory share. So I shall bow in humble adoration and yet proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior goes to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou
Then sings my soul, my Savior goes to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Yet when I think that God is glory sent me, in me abide his home and holy seat. This paradise is how God hath work making. I am here set, all glories to enjoy. Then says my soul, my Savior goes to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art. Then says my soul, my Savior goes to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then says my soul, my Savior goes to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art. Then says my soul, my Savior goes to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. How great thou art, how great thou art.
Oh, life is great. And how great the source from which we've come from. How great that are. Oh, what a song. Thank you, Vigil Mister. You've put me in the elements. Thank you. Sometimes when you're going to speak, you just think, oh God, God, take over. Don't let me speak but you. And when you get the support with a song, you just know that God has heard you. Or life is here as you. Thank you. So today, we continue with our metaphysical lessons. And this time, after we've dealt well with God, you know what? We can't exhaust God. That's what I said. The topic God can never be exhausted. No matter how many times we treat it in the center or wherever in the world, God cannot be exhausted. But now we go to man. And I ask the same question, can man be exhausted? It's not possible. You are a mystery. And today with my every word, I please pardon. I ask your soul to be in contemplation. Let's be in contemplation of what we are as life, as we listen to the topic on man. What I always say is some of the questions, the pertinent questions, especially Ethereans. You know, when you want to walk on the path, there's some questions that makes you to want to be a part of an organization or center or a spiritual thing. Who am I? Hinaneme. Why am I even here? Why am I here? You know, this earth plane, why am I here? What is all this life about? Today it's crying, tomorrow it's laughter, the next day it's something else. My leg is hurting. We ask those questions. Why is it? Why am I in this? I always say every seeker has this question. And sometimes you ask you, is death the end? When man is questioning himself, these are the questions that keeps prompting. Who am I? What is my destiny? Today I want to tell you, you don't have a destiny. You are here to evolve. Your destiny is God. And your evolving is only evolving you to your higher God self. So when you ask these questions, and then some of the things that prompts our mind is, I must be more than this. Because when someone dies, it tells you that the person is not the body that we see. You see, let's not even talk about death. I also wanted to look at this too. When you are here in London and you had an experience in Ghana on a trip, or you had an experience with your friend somewhere, you are able to contact those feelings without being in Ghana. Sometimes you are here in your body. You think you're here, but you can imagine and feel the sensation of a place. Has anyone felt that? where you are here, but you can sense like something tells you there's something, and if it was an enjoyment, you can feel it, taste it, experience it, but you're not there. So something tells you that you are not just this body. You are not just this beautiful, because now our body's life, I always say life is super. So when we say, oh, our body, we must even glorify the body temples for which we are here to use and be. And I like to go according to the notes, so please bear with me. Mm-hmm. It's always great when you go according to, because when you get into spirit, you can go off topic. So it's good to stay in alignment with the teaching. If it's metaphysics, it's always important. So we talked about it. So I was saying the purpose. Ethereans do know the purpose. You know what I haven't done? Sankofa is good. Online family, I welcome you to today's service. I was in some power energy. I didn't forget about you, but I knew you were connecting to my spirit. So I welcome you. So today, as we talk about man, I know your life would move to another level because you have the power. And after this teaching, you would know you even have more than the power to do that. So join us as we do this. So we talk about what the purpose of man is. And in the Etherean Mission, we do know the purpose because we've worked with it. We're here to evolve. So when you know that you are in life to evolve, everything in life is a compliment. Your fears, your anger, the hate that comes, they are here to teach something. Let's talk, when we talk about this purpose of man, when you can understand your purpose, everything is whole. You would not see something different from you, because your purpose would take you to the one life from which we've all come from. This week, there's been some stories, and the stories were not pleasant. One was a school teacher, a head teacher of a school, who's killed himself. He killed his children. Oh, his child. I thought they were children. Okay. So he killed his child, the wife, and himself. One would think, who would do this? What pain can cause a person for this to happen? There must be something. There's something that has been a disconnection. You see, we grow in life, and there are teachings that we've not been taught. You see, this thing it was awaking in me something to say, Asantua, stop being quiet. I think you are slow. You are on a slow pace. Rise up and let the world hear what they are. Because if you know yourself, you would know that not taking your life does not solve the problem. I don't know the whole story, but I have a son in that school. One of our sons is in that beautiful school. So looking at the damage this was causing to the children, I said to myself, all awake my glorious light. When we can understand what we are as man, we would know that the good and the evil that befalls us is only seeking something within us to grow. Let's look at man. Sometimes we forget that we are spirit. I think whilst we walk about, when the pains of life keep bringing itself up, we forget that we are spirit having a spiritual experience. In Genesis 1:27-28, God created us in his own image and in his likeness. I'll give some readings and I'll say this. Some of the readings, sometimes let us read. Your answer comes through the reading. When I was reading this again, it came through with its own meaning to me. So even my body that I call mortal is not mortal. I was made in the image and likeness of God. Out of God has this body, which I think is mortal, has emerged. So even this body is not a mortal thing. A body that changes. You see, over the years, we say we have a physical and a spiritual thing. Now, what we're saying is that your spirit and your physical, they are working together. They are friends for life. Your physical life, you are not having a physical experience. Because in your pain, something is beckoning you to something higher. So your life is a spiritual rendezvous. If I'm permitted to say that, you are on a spiritual dance, a spiritual adventure. That is what you are. What is happening to you is part of that equation. When life had given us, so I would say this, the programming has been deep. The programming of man has been deep over the years. And you realize that when something is deep in you, sometimes moving away from it is difficult. We've been programmed to think that we are this body. So when you come here, the challenge is tough. You think that I must take my life. But watch it. If problems should mean taking life, I think more of us should be dead by now than the number of us here. Sometimes in the pain, we don't want to die. No matter how painful the pain is, you still think that life here is good. You know why? It's because you know that something seeks your higher self. Your spirit has the answer. Your spirit that you're not giving attention to has the answer. When you can remember that you are spirit having a spiritual experience on this planet called life, then everything else becomes meaningful. When you separate the physical from the spiritual, then there is a division. Life is one whole and life is one. I will talk of the few things that has over the years told us that our dual nature is there. At least when you're dead, you see the body and the spirit that is moved out of it. But I'm saying that even with the body that you've left down, life knows how to use it as a manure. And even if you decide that they will not, the earth will not use it as a manure, and you're bent, cremated, the ashes, it goes back to the sea or wherever you choose to. Even the air, it takes it and it's used for something else. So nothing in life is different from what you truly are, spirit. Today, that is what I want us to hammer on, that we are spiritual beings having a spiritual experience. But the programming has been deep. You know what? Right from school, we've been taught how to survive. And that's what happens with us. Most of us, we know how to eat, mate, when we get to that age of mating, having children, enjoying a bit, and then, growing old. Sometimes we don't want to grow old. You see, when the gray starts coming, I don't see that in London, but in Ghana, people start dyeing their hair so that the age doesn't show. And then, you're dead and gone. Is that what life is about? If you look at life like that, then there's no meaning. Then whatever adventure that we are here to be, there's no meaning. Edidi kakra, insu kakra, enije kakra. Those who don't understand what I'm saying. It's like a bit of food here, a bit of fun here. Is that all? We brought ourselves here for an adventure. And that is what I want us to capture. That man, you're here for an adventure, an evolving of yourself. You have programmed yourself to deviate from this. Secular education does not give us a spiritual education. So when we grow up, we know how to fend and get money to feed our families. But sometimes with all the money, with this head teacher I'm talking about, do we think money was the issue? I was talking to the mother of this son. I said, do you think money was the issue here? No. What on earth? We would not know. It will be between the two of them because they were having challenges from whatever the students are saying. But this is somebody who was a role model to others. Do we think that if we all knew for whichever reason we're here, and I'll ask again, would we do some of the things we do? I also want us to read Galatians 5:22. Not to read, but just to talk about it. It talks about what we are endowed with. You see, it starts from Galatians 5:19 and then ends up in 22. I always say that the first bit talks about the fruits, spirit of the fruits of the flesh. So it's separated flesh from spirit. Without your fears, you would not be higher. Today, I want to bring myself, when I was treating that, this is what I always say, that I'm somebody captured in a lot of fear in life. And it could be programming from years, what my mother's genes are, whatever it is. But in my fear, trust me, it dares me to be higher. My fear tells me that maybe this is not comfortable. And I'll tell you a story to laugh. Yesterday, I was in that element of a bit of my fears, and I was at work. And everyone was raving about me. When members pass, after seeing me, they tell my manager and others, that girl is something else. That girl is something else. But whilst they were saying it, what they did not know, that I was suffering in silence about a fear capture. I was thinking, oh God, I'm feeling a bit lightheaded here. Am I going to be able to maintain the day? And whilst people were raving outside, I was in my room typing a message to Guru, saying, Guru, I feel like I'm falling. I was like, your daughter feels like she's panicking and she's going to fall. Then I realized that, you know what? The fear, whatever it is, you haven't outgrown it. You are in that place of fear again. But it dared me now to say that, what do you have to do to now not be in that place of when you're feeling lightheaded, you think that the whole world is going to come to an end on you. But the fear taught me something. Esantua, you have so much more. You see, sometimes you see people and you think, oh, this person has it all. Everybody has something life is using through them for their better tomorrow. My fear is teaching me braveness. It's teaching me also, I think sometimes it's teaching me love without a fault. That's what I felt. It's like I was in immense love for people yesterday. Love that has no bounds. I can't see evil. But that's just by the way. That's what I'm trying to tell. When you can live in your God self and your spiritual self, sometimes, no matter if yours is anger, anger will tell you that I'm angry because I want to correct something. And you would find a nicer way of correcting it. Let's not beat down on what we think is wrong or right. Because in the wrong is the right answer. Whilst you're judging, that's when they took Jesus, the adulterous woman. He said, neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. There cannot be evil in the mind of the one that is operating from spirit. Because in the evil is wholeness. You are visited by your spirit to know that this is saying something else. This flesh, they say, is heavy. But without the heaviness, you see, when an athlete decides to run, the best athletes, they always do it at the beach. And they wear the heaviest boots. This is a known fact. They wear boots that are quite heavier than the normal one they will use on the tracks. And they do it in the sand at the beach. Why do they need to do that? What is the need for that? Because when they come to the playing field, there you would see. When I can run in the sand, I can run much better without the sand. So this body is giving you that vehicle to demonstrate God in various shades. Sometimes you want to get up to pray. It tells you, and I always talk about my life. It tells you, today you've gone to do pa, like you've gone to work. That's what I call it, pa. Mako di pa, wa bread, you can sleep small. But something will tell you that sleeping small means that maybe a growth would not happen that day, or some learning that you need, or somebody somewhere that is seeking your prayer may not happen. For that reason, you would get up. When you know that, you see, when you would know that you are in a spiritual adventure, everything is spiritual. Sometimes you can look at things in pain and still say, I bless this. And this is where I want us to live as man. That you are God in expression. God is here as you. And your challenge or non-challenge, it's only to take you to the next step. You are in life on an adventure. Gita, which is the book for the Hindus, tells us that there is a spiritual man. Man, you're spiritual. But I tell you today that in your spirituality is everything. What you call physical is your spiritual adventure. I like this where the scientist now talks about, this is just trying to go back. Science talk about the difference between us and animals is intelligence, isn't it? They talk about the scientific findings of human beings and animals is intelligence. So it means that intelligence, if I was taking it from the scientific point, there must be something more in us that must be able to work out with us what we should do and be at all times. But this is what I see our intelligence sometimes does to us. It makes us connect to the same spirit, create something. We create a television. We create an iPod. We create a phone. We create something. Now there are saunas. There were days that they used to massage people physically. Now there are machines that massages you, and you are, thank you, you know what I'm talking about. And you are in heaven, So we get all these things done, thinking that these things should create the happiness that we're seeking in ourselves. What I want to say here is that, have you not had a TV, and then the latest one came, and then you felt like you wanted a new one? Or sometimes even a shoe. I don't want to use an example of a bag, Brakofi. Or iPhones. I don't want to tease myself. So there's some things that you feel like you've got it, but you're not full. You see, if you are into bags, and first it was Michael Kors that was one of the, now it's gone beyond, There's some for 1,000 something, some for 6,000. So you would follow and get to 6,000. When maybe your child's school fees is 2,000, 2,300. I'm just using that as an example. These things does not create the happiness we want. Happiness is spiritual. Happiness is spiritual. Joy is spiritual. So is anger. You see, when we say something, we leave some. Anger is spiritual. You cannot see it, but its actions, you see it. But you can use anger to leave your mediocrity, your littleness, to something higher. I can be so angry about my littleness that I would not, stay in my littleness. I would rise now to behold God in life and as life. So anger becomes my tool. Life, whatever we've come from, has given us the keys. You see, whatever I can do, you can do, and much more. When Jesus said it, it's because the power is with everyone. The power is not only Jesus' power. And it's because we have come from a source of possibilities, a source of power. We are not God from what we're told. We are not the wholeness, but we are part of the wholeness. Without you and I, God is not complete. So when you see yourself, that integral, important part of life, you live life cherishing this life that life has given you. I also saw this, and this one I had to react by writing to the charity who deals with black children. I'm never a racist. I never would look at it as a racial thing. But this is what I said. I don't know if the video, most people had seen it, where a set of white people with just one black girl. And the damage went to I felt it in my heart. It went through my veins. It went through my bone. And I said, I imagined Fafa. That's what I said. that what if Fafa happened to fall prey to this? What would be my reaction? And hence the charity that spoke about it and wanted the head teachers and other people to be looked into, I just added my voice and said, it is not racial. It is we understanding ourselves. When I can understand who and what I am, when I see someone, I will see myself as an extension of the person. And my damage to this person means that this person would now have more anger and be more dangerous. So my action is going to cause a rippling effect if not corrected here. So now, I'm not saying this is what will be the case. The other girl goes out and says, I'm setting up a gang to go and match up. And this is how things have been happening. When we can see ourselves for why we are here, the tools of anger, the tools of fear, the tools of hate can be used to enhance this life that we're here. Ethereans, I say to you, you know who and what you are. Let's rise up. Look, as for the challenge that it comes to us every day, it would come. Because we all learn. That's why I said, man, you can never stop even learning. There's always a new side to you. Sometimes you do things and you surprise yourself. You know? You do things and you surprise yourself. And I always like to say, like me, I didn't think I was going to be driving again. You know? I just thought it would take me another 5-6 years. But now I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying life for the opportunity of having an accident, but still did not see that accident should stop me from driving. Let me use the pain of the accident, the nature of it, now to become better. So life challenges will throw itself, but it's only saying a better version of you is seeking itself. When we can see life from that place, then we would know that all is well. And he says, you are cosmic life, cosmic work in progress. Your life is the universe work in progress. Don't pause it, don't punctuate it. Don't pause life. When you are in difficulty, please, let's stop punctuating what life is saying. Because whatever we also say, life says yes. You see, you are part of the unit. If things are going well and you are enjoying in it, it says yes. When it's going bad and you say it is not good, it would say it is not good. Life says yes to our words because we are part of that unit. So if we watch what we say and how we act it, then we would know that. You see, the truth is that if you act it wrong, it would give you the feedback. And that's what I like about it. You see, this life that we are in, it's a very fair place. The feedback will tell you that don't do this tomorrow, period. I said, when I think of it, I was like, there's no topic to give again. When you know that feedback is the correction for man, and life is placed it in fairness, then you see, when you can understand that life is fair, because most people say life is not fair, because there's some rich people and there's some very poor people, and sometimes you wish that the rich would bring it. You see, clocks can turn round. Life can change itself. The wholeness, it is not your wholeness. It's not you doing the magic behind the wholeness. But for yourself and what you can control, life gives you that opportunity. Have we not also seen masters who can go into other people's life and cause change there, cause controls? And that's what happens most of the time with that Ishmael. He can come into your space and cause a change in your thinking or in your feeling at a particular time, because it is needed for your growth. So, when you can grow yourself as a spirit, you can get to the place that you can be a filter for planet Earth. I want us as Ethereans to rise in the consciousness of what we are to cause that change in life. One thing for sure, or there are 3 things to know, but for sure it works. The first one is knowledge of self. When you know who and what you are, it is done unto you. If I know who or what I am, it is done. I know, and in Ethereum, you even go further to know what your persona images are. Some of us know we're compassionate, we're kind, we're generous, we're serviceable. So we live each day in the knowledge of ourselves. in my kindness, if there is anger in it, how does my kindness help me resolve my anger? You see, today I want to merge our thinking from seeing something separate from life, because it is one. I'm telling you, over the years we may have said this, but this is the voice now. The new era of spirituality is saying it is one. There is no separation from anything. It is all one whole. It is all working for the one cosmic goal. So the knowledge of self, knowing that you are created in the image and likeness of God, and you are God constitute. What is God to you? That's why we did God. So when you know what you are constituted as God, then it is done. When I have the knowledge of myself, then I know how I live. I know what blessing my life is to life. And then the second thing is have an evolutionary belief system. What are some of the belief systems? When we're growing up, what are some of the belief systems we've grown up with? A man has to work for a woman. Yes, men work, and the women I'm talking about some of the belief system I had, that you always have to take from the man. You see, so you grow up thinking that no matter how successful you are in life, your husband has to be the main. When I say that Brakofi runs away, that's why I use that example. He runs away anytime I'm saying that word, but I would like to say it just to get him more, to get him to react. That I've always thought that way. It was a belief system I had, that in life, men work, women rest. Okay? So if I can work, I should rest. That was some of the belief system. And also, there were some belief systems, because we're talking about this, where we think that God is in heaven. He's thrown somebody down here with us who is torturing us on a continuous daily basis. So all the things happening to us, it's not from God. God has still not succeeded with this power that is happening. Some belief systems that they're growing with is that every good thing comes from God, every bad thing from somewhere else. These are things that we have to question our belief system if we believe in these things. Can something else come from any other power than the power that's created life itself? It's my question for you, my friends. So who has any other belief system? Just to share that with me. Growing up. I like that one. It means, how do we say that? Yes, so there's belief systems sometimes that if you respect me, then I would respect you. So I think it's in our Proverbs too, isn't it? Is there a proverb that we have? In Akan, is it like Akans have things like that? So it means that if somebody doesn't respect you, you will consciously not respect the person. How life evolving and life enhancing is this? You see, but these are belief systems that we've been brought up with. And sometimes unconsciously, it's right there ruling the lives that we're living here. So my belief system tells me how to react. You know, sometimes you even enjoy the nature of your anger in a certain way. You see, when you are angry and you step out in a certain way and you want people to feel your anger, you see, you can believe that if I do it this way, I'll be seen and heard. And you do it. Some may not do it that way, but everybody has something that rules them. So it says, have an evolutionary belief system. Like life is one. See the good and the divine in yourself and in all of life. That alone, it's enough. When you can see the good and the divine, or the possible good or divine in yourself, trust me, you'll find it all with everybody. This morning I shared that if I was talking to Papa in the car and I said, when you love and you don't expect anything, the world yearns for you without realizing. It's like you are in love. You're genuine about people. Wow. Somehow, you can feel the pain of a brother or a sister. I tell you, people walk and they are feeling your pain without you knowing they are feeling your pain. And the world is praying for you without even knowing. When you do things from the place of love, where you can see even in the evil and say, neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more. Go and make the correction. Because see, the correction is only for your good. When you don't correct, life would bring you a feedback and you would correct. And then the last one is, let's have an impactful living. You see, you can choose to remain, as they say, you can choose to remain a drop of water in the ocean. You can also choose to remain a wave in the ocean. But you can also dare choose you to recognize you're one with the ocean, that you feel this hugeness of life, that you are in that place, that your life, nobody passes by you without being blessed. Your life becomes a constant blessing to life itself. The element fills your love. The waters, you know what? The elements as in air, fire, water, and earth. Now I honor them with my every word. When life itself, when humanity can feel you for what you are and what you're doing, if it even means that every year you'd give something to an orphanage, that is something you want to do to be impactful. Whatever, you see, create your own impact in life. That when you're dead and gone, this soul of you would say, I lived, I loved, I was once here. That song by, is it Beyonce? I lived, I loved. So, I loved it. When you know that you have lived, you see, you don't want to exit this body because you cannot afford not to. Like our meditation said, coming here, you couldn't. You were part of the decision to be here. Living here, you are leaving it. Exiting from here, that's what you can't say. Even when you are 200 years, there must be an exit. But you see, you want to exit and be able to look back at life and said, I lived. I was a blessing. They that came to me were fed. Where you can speak like Jesus, I'm the bread of life. Anyone who comes into your space are fed and nourished. Let your life be as impactful as you can see it. But I want to tell you, you are bigger than you think you are. And I want you to meditate on it. What you've come from is huge. The magic of our souls is huge. Sit down and capture, I always say, capture a glimpse of what you think life is or what God is. The magic that happens each day. And just know that you have come from a huge source. See, even look at the sea. And you know, the miracle of the sea, does that not tickle something inside you? When you can look at life and see the greatness, and you can merge your greatness with life, then you are great indeed. And on this note, I say, God bless you. Nyamin Shao. So, now let's get ready for our transformational meditation. Feeling very relaxed in our bodies. Let's mentally affirm these words. I am of God and in God. I am of God and I'm in God. I am of God and in God. Now knowing that the wholeness of life is here as you. What was the learning in today's teaching? what did you say to yourself? Oh, this is the learning. I already know this, but I've captured it in another way. This is what I'm going to use. For my life. To embrace my greater, beautiful self. Good. Mentally list in your mind. These are my learning points. 1, 2, 3. It could just be one. Now with this learning, capture the revelations that came through. Revelations are what I did not say. But as we know, our spirit knows better, greater. And it spoke itself so loudly in our glorious body temples. It said it. It gave you its message. What is your revelation? Good. Now, look at your life from today. How is this learning making you live each minute of your life? Experience this now. Celebrate this new you. Give it a color, a taste, of a sound. Give it a feeling. It is possible unto you as you wish it. Now we come into the end of our transformational meditation. Let's take in a deep in breath. Be sure your tummy is filled with the air that you breathe in. And then release it. Take another deep in breath. Be sure you can feel this air in your hands. Feel the air right down your chest, your hands, your legs. Be sure the air is going through every part of your body, and now release it. Take another deep in breath again, making sure, you're feeling the air from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. You can feel this moving of this air. Now with the last in and out breath, allow your eyes to open. Thank you, and God bless you.
So revealing, isn't it?
So sorry, online family. Just to remind, I know Ethereans already know about this, but it would be unfair if I don't tell you. Whatever I had said today is coming from Etherean Mission and by our leader, brother Dr. Ishmael Tete. And this is the book that sets you free. So it's the fountain of life, and the topic man is in it. It has other topics, but man was from the fountain of life by brother Dr. Ishmael Tete. Thank you, and God bless you.
That was very, very important. In that, if you don't recommend something awesome that you have discovered, it is a disservice to yourself. And I hope from the teaching, we understand that one too, isn't it? Excellent. So revealing. In fact, I've learned a lot. A lot of revelations came through, as well as the learning as well. Now is a time for contributions. What new learning did you make of man, an extension of God that you are? As she rightfully began, God is so vast, infinite. We cannot exhaust God, can we? So what makes you think an extension of this infinite self can also be exhausted? We are always discovering who and what we are. We are always surprising ourselves. The things that we put our mind to and we are able to achieve. It just amazes you, isn't it? So you, as a unit of life, you are also inexhaustible. Come to this awareness. And when you come to this awareness, although you are just a unit of life, created in the form of life, you will not see it robbery to be equal with life. That is Philippians chapter 2, verse 6, isn't it? Yes. So although you are just a unit of life, when you come to that awareness that you are inseparably linked with that power that is here as you, you may be just a unit, but you will never see it robbery to be equal with this power that is here as you. Contributions. The floor is now open. I know you learned something today, and you have to share. If you don't share, that is also a disservice to yourself. Because we are all linked with what? One another. A gentleman was telling me, or he was pointing a finger at someone, so, oh, this man, I don't need him. I said, oh, do you understand what you are saying by that statement that you are making, that this individual, this unit of life, you don't need him? Do you truly understand that? And Ethereans, the things that we teach, it helps you to awaken your imaginative mind. That is the creative mind. It's a part of man that is so beautiful and so magnificent. This person that you are saying, you do not need him or her. Have you sat back to ask yourself, What are the connecting points between you and this individual? So if you don't need this individual, you are clearing off some connection points between you and that person. So everyone is needed in this life. That is man. I want to hear your contributions. Yes, I want to hear from you. If no contributions, questions. What do you need more clarification on? The teacher was very good, always good, but she has more. So, what question do you have to give on this subject of man? Okay. Please, the microphone.
So you now said it that it's man.
Mm-hmm.
From the beginning, I don't know whether she or I didn't hear. She
Okay.
didn't mention the topic man.
Mm-hmm.
So the topic is about man.
Man, that's right. Mm-hmm. Man and your purpose in God's kingdom, or your man and your purpose in this wholeness of life. You know the purpose of life, don't you? Not you, teacher. And not you too, not you. You know the purpose of life, don't you? What is the purpose of life? Share with us. Please, can you please pass her the microphone, please? Yeah, she wants.
She needs more on man.
Man.
So can we tackle man a bit more for her?
Oh, okay.
She missed out.
Oh, all right.
The
That's it.
teacher said, real man
Mm-hmm.
is spirit. Man is dual in nature. You have a physical body and a spiritual body. Your real nature is spirit because you are the image and likeness of God. But you are here as a spirit being in this body to grow your soul. You know, this body is like a vehicle or a swimming costume which a diver puts on. You know the deep sea divers, they put on a costume, they enter the sea, the deep sea, and then when they get whatever they do for their research, they come out and they remove the diving suit. Hence, you are essentially a spirit being, image and likeness of God. You are using this vehicle, body vehicle, to, grow your own soul. And in so doing, a time comes when you shed, when you have done your work, completed your work here, you shed it. And then this is why when somebody dies, it's lifeless. You try to put blood in them, you cannot revive them because the spirit has moved out. The spirit is what your essential nature. But she also emphasized the fact that you cannot separate, you should not identify yourself to the physical because together it's like a dancing, a cosmic dance between spirit and body. Hence in Corinthians 3:44-46, it tells you there's a natural body and a spirit body. They need to dance together. You need to get the balance, to get it right so that you can learn whatever you are here to do. And you are here to impart life. What do you do to impart life? You use your persona images and things that you have acquired to have influence on life, to grow life. You must be able to grow not only your soul, but you are growing. You must grow yourself in others because we are an extension of each other. We are interconnected. And if you are not doing that, you are not imparting life. You are not having positive life, positive effect on life for others to grow, then you are not, growing your own soul. You need to do that. That is very important because you are part of life. We are one whole, one organic whole. Everything you do for others, you're doing for yourself. That is how the growth process. Hence, Brother Ishmael puts it nicely. We are here for the promotion of through services for the promotion of life. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes,
and
we are units of life.
Units of life
here to evolve through what?
Services.
Yeah. For what?
For the promotion. Yeah. Evolving is growing. Yeah. God bless you.
God bless you. I hope that helps. Excellent. Excellent. And okay.
God bless you. And also, what I would like to share is sometimes we shouldn't dwell on only our family. Sometimes only because I'm not from the same family, or he or she is from a different culture. I don't care about the person, because we are all interconnected. As our dear co-leader said, we are using the spider web, how it has been designed. No matter how the design, the shape, whatever, it's all linked to one, because the spider itself, I'll use the spider as God. And whatever how it has been designed, we are all connected to that spider. So if you see a friend or a fellow human being thinking, oh, this person is in need, because that person is not my family member, or I don't know this person, I don't care. You have to care, because if anything happens to that person, hearing it, even hearing it alone, you have a shock, a little bit, oh, I heard about this, oh, I couldn't do anything, I could have helped. Because we are all interconnected and we are all one. No matter how or where we find ourselves, we are all one. God bless you.
God bless you. That is a very good point, and it has, brought more light on the topic for me, that about this interconnectivity to save life. It's basically, as image of God, your persona is essentially love nature. You love. But if you do not love yourself, you cannot love others. So it begins actually from you, learning to love yourself, appreciate and love every part of you. Then you extend it to your family. When you love yourself, you can love your family. As they say, charity begins at home. And so you are growing it. And from your family, you extend it to other extensions of you, because the whole world, as she said, the spider webs, is all interconnected. Then you'll be able to extend it beautifully to embrace the whole of humanity. And then you have really reached the top class, your job that you are supposed to do to help humanity, to raise humanity, to build humanity, to grow humanity. That is essentially what you are to do, not you alone, but to grow, let the whole world rise with you. But it begins with you. God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Going back years, 60 odd years, going to Sunday school as a child, I remember being taught something. He said, if you do good, you do it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you do evil or bad, you do it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And this, as a child, was, puzzling. But growing up and being in a Etherean Mission, realizing that's it.
Hmm?
Whatever you do, you do it for yourself.
That's right.
Because we are interconnected, as we are saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So we should realize that whatever it is, as Bryce usually say, the tree or the fruits, or the tree doesn't eat the fruits itself.
Mm-hmm.
The sun doesn't shine for itself. The rivers don't drink their own waters. We are here to be more. God bless you.
God bless you. So revealing, isn't it? Well, I'll add this and then we get into worship. Begin to use the most biggest, awesome reference point that you can ever think of in dealing with one another. You know why? The reference point that you will use to deal with another person will indicate the level of intelligence, the level of creativity, and that much love that can flow through you. If you deal with people because they are from the same nation as you, your love is limited to what? Your nation. The size of your love is the size of what? Your nation. If you see people from that infinite source of which we are all one, your love is also as huge as that infinite source. Imagine you see someone, you may think, okay, this person not from my country, not from my church or what have you, and you connect with that person from that field of oneness. Just imagine the amount of love that flows through you in dealing with that person. So when you are dealing with people, deal with them from that point where you are fully, the word is what? Fully connected with them. And at what point are you connected, fully connected with everybody? At the point of what? God. And when you connect with people from the point of God, God wisdom flows through you. God's love flows through you. God's intelligence flows through you. So even when there is a challenge, because you are connected to that person at the God's level, God's solution flows in and through you. So choose your reference point right. Any more? Then let's get into worship. Today, questions. Oh, I said questions, so I don't know if, yeah. Uh-huh. Yes, okay. Oh, okay, all right. Well, I think the purpose of life that we already know in Etherean Mission, isn't it? We are here as what? As we are here.
As a unit of life.
Uh-huh.
Here to evolve.
Uh-huh.
Through service for the promotion of life.
So how many elements are in there? The first one is what?
Unit.
You are a unit of life. Okay? So you can't separate yourself from the wholeness of what? Life. The very moment the wave separates itself from the ocean, it loses its power as the what? The wave. Okay, so you can't separate yourself from the wholeness of life. And you are here to what? Evolve. You are here to grow. Brother Ishmael wrote something on his Facebook wall. Oh, let me love more than I have ever what? Loved. So he is even what? Growing more and more in love. Are you also doing that? So it is what? Evolving. Through what? Service. For the promotion of life. Oh. So beautiful, isn't it? Excellent. Okay.
Bless you. I have something to share. My manager is from Portugal. She's a Portuguese. And the way this woman loved me, I can't understand. One day, we were talking and I said, Ghana and Nigeria, we are sisters. For what reason? I think she went to check her DNA or whatever, and she found out that she is 00 point something Nigeria. So she came and said, I'm a Nigerian, I said, really? That's why we are in love. When the World Cup, they were playing the World Cup tournament, she called me when Ghana and Portugal were playing. She called and said, you know what? We are going to score Ghana today, I said, you sure? He said, yeah. Because you are from Ghana, I'm from Nigeria. So we are sisters. So now, I said, so if Ghana and Nigeria are playing, he said, I'll be supporting Nigeria. And so you can see where the interconnection is coming from. Even though she's from Portugal, there is something that is connected to Nigeria. So we are all one. God bless you.
God bless you. And I'll urge you to search for this on YouTube. The DNA journey. DNA journey. It tells you how we have various countries, nationalities within ourselves. It tells you we are just connected. This one is scientifically what? Proven. So sometimes you may feel you don't like this nationality, this country. I bet you did your body. You did your body. Yeah. Today we have awakened to our higher self. Yes.